Hey, Joanne, your favorite word nerd here. How are you? Now, let me ask you a question. Do you journal? Great. Now, next question. How did you feel when I asked you that question? Were you like, I already journal? Or were you like, I don't want to journal, go away. It's taxing. It makes me go all creepy, nervy, nah, blah, 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 right? Everybody handles the term journaling in a different way. Sorry, a little tickle in my throat here. Everybody handles journaling in a different way. Some people are obsessive about journaling twice a day, in the morning and the evening. That's great. If it works for them, great. But if you're one of those, and I am, that does not have that amount of discipline to journal every day, there are other options. Journaling doesn't have to be done every day, it doesn't have to be done twice a day. But there are times when I do recommend write shit out. And for me, my personal experience journaling is just writing shit out, getting it out of the mind onto the paper. And yes, I'm saying paper, real, actual paper with a real pen, this little gadget here, and you write. There is science, and no, I don't have the research in front of me, but there is science. They've done the tests. There's a whole bazillion people that have done this work way before me. There's a connection between the mind, the heart, the hand, and the paper. And when you release through the act of writing it out, a lot of the tension that sits in your shoulders, your neck, your back, your stomach, wherever you happen to be holding it, will be released. It may not happen on the exact first one, but it will happen. That is a given. I didn't believe it. I did not believe it. When I first tried it, I'm like, this shit doesn't work. Mm. Guess what? It does. And yes, you have to try it again and again. It's like learning to tie your shoes. You didn't get that right the first time you tried it. Learning to ride a bike. Did you get that right the first time? No, probably not, unless you were on a tricycle. Did you learn to drive the very first time you got behind the wheel of a car? No. Did you learn to cook the very first time you tried and you got in the kitchen and tried to do something? No. Like everything we do, we're humans. We have to learn by repetition. It's what we do because we have these little synapses in the brain, and this is the way things work. Hey, buddy, he's taking up the back of my chair. Okay. We have these synapses in our brain, and they fire in all kinds of ways that we are still mapping out. The scientific community is still trying to figure this thing out. Okay, yours, mine, and everybody else's. The brain does what the brain does. The brain is an absolutely amazing computer. The mind is a little bit different. You have your subconscious mind, you have your conscious mind, you have a super conscious mind, depending on who you talk to, and then you have the ultimate mind that is hooked up to the entire universe. So, depending on who you talk to, you're going to come up with all kinds of things. Now, you have all this information running around in your head and it's stuck, and you feel like crap, you're tense, you can't sleep, your stomach is upset, like, pick something. Everything's irritating you. No matter who you talk to, they're an irritation, right? This is all just part of too much fucking information in your brain. And yes, I've been guilty of that. I'm a chronic learner and I am constantly relaying the information I've learned to other people. Am I implementing everything I've learned into my own life? No, because it's a lot. But what I do is I pick what works for me. This is coming back to journaling. Do I journal every day? No. Do I journal once a week? Probably. Do I journal more than once a week? Sometimes. But I do it when it feels the most necessary for me. When I have that stupid thought in my head, or thoughts, there's a couple because I've got some stuff going on behind the scenes and nobody knows about. Like everybody else, we have stuff that we have to deal with. But sometimes It sits here and it regurgitates and regurgitates and regurgitates, and it doesn't get any better. And you're never going to get a solution when you sit there and listen to your own thoughts. This is an actual fact because your mind is designed for one purpose, and that is to keep you safe. So as long as you allow the thought to keep looping inside the brain, which coincidentally enough does affect the heart, you might want to think about journaling, writing shit out. Think of journaling as just writing shit out and getting it out of the body, out of the mind, out of the body. This is more important than I could possibly stress, other than the way I'm doing it right now. I can't jump up and down because then I wouldn't be on camera, but you get the point. Okay. It's journaling in my mind is just getting shit out. Unless you're writing a book, that's a different story. Okay. We're talking about getting shit out of the brain, out of the mind, out of the body, because that is ultimately where the stress comes from. When you write it out, you leave it, you don't read it right away. You write it out. Whatever's bugging you doesn't matter. You don't worry about punctuation. You don't worry about capital letters. You don't worry about whether you have the right syntax in as you're writing it. You don't worry about if the words are in the right order. Just write everything out. As it's coming out, let it come out through the pen onto the paper. And yes, I'm saying pen and paper. Again, it's about the scientific connection. Okay. The other purpose of that, you write it out, you leave it sit, you go carry on and do whatever it is you're doing. If you're journaling in the morning, leave it. Come back to it later in the day. Read it again. And then read it from a third person's perspective. What if you were to take that piece of paper that you just scribbled on and hand it to me or someone else and ask them their opinion of it? What kind of a response would you get? That's what you need. That's the purpose of journaling, is to go back afterwards and review what you wrote. Now, the other side of that is if there is a stuck emotion, a stuck thought pattern, your somebody at work has ticked you off. Okay. They have a particular pattern that they carry with them, and it just happens to rub you the wrong way. At the end of the day, when you get home from work, take a couple of minutes, sit quietly, put on some nice music if you like, and then write it out. This person is irritating me. This person is irritating me because blah, 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 blah. Then you can slowly morph that into I'm feeling irritation when I see that person because, and then you can change the scripting a little bit. Because ultimately, how you word these things is how quickly you're going to be able to get past what is irritating you. Feelings are, well, feelings are what we have, emotions are what we have. And again, the science is there that most emotions and feelings will pass in a very short period of time when we allow it to do so. The thing is we've been taught by media, by parents, rightly or wrongly, doesn't matter. They're just teaching what they were taught to re-examine things. And sometimes we re-examine shit way too much. Way too much. And that starts a whole snowball full of other problems. So how about we skip over all that bullshit, write it out, and know that while this person is irritating me in the moment, I can find something nice about that person. Doesn't that sound a little backwards? Think about it for a moment. If you were to look at that same person, the one that's irritating the crap out of you, and look at them and say, wow, they dress really well. They have exceptional clothing, or they have nice jewelry, or they speak really well when they're on the phone with a client, or pick something. You can find something if you look for it, if you want to look for it. And that's the other side of it. If you want to journal, if you want to help yourself, journaling, writing shit out. Again, I'm going to say it, journaling is just writing shit out. If you want to feel better, you will give yourself this 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes a day to let the stuff out. Now, a couple of caveats. I do have to say this. Don't do it in bed, because your bed should be a sacred little environment just for you to rest. I don't recommend meditating in bed. I don't recommend writing, journaling in bed. If you need to do anything in bed, listen to some wonderful music, whatever happens to make you feel good, as long as it's not too stimulating, because again, you are trying to create relaxing vibrations so you can rest. Sleeping isn't just about sleeping, sleeping is about resting. And this is something that people are always talking. That's a whole nother just video I'll get into in another day. But sleeping is about resting. Resting is about easing the mind and the body so they can promote their own healing. When you get the mind and the body working together, this is where the breath routines come in, then everything starts to work together and slow down. The society right now is so ramped up with everything that's going on, people have forgotten how to slow down. When you slow down, things get better. I know it sounds absolutely backwards, but that's what it is. I've actually started something that I'm calling the slow down method. And I've been using it intermittently with clients over the years, and it's been working wonders in a lot of people's lives. I'd like to share that with you. If you're interested, send me an email. It's still a work in progress, but it's coming together so quickly. It's amazing. Anyway, different story, but get, journaling, try it, leave a comment. Leave a comment now. Let me know if you're even going to try it, and then come back in a few days and let me know what you've tried and how it's worked for you. If you need to release, there's a couple of ways of releasing. Once you get rid of the paper, you don't want to keep the paper around, which is understandable. Give it the review, look at it from a third person's perspective, and then say, you know what, I really don't want this in my life right now. When you say that, you are giving your intention to the universe, to God, to source, whatever your choice of word is, and you're handing it off. So this, I am releasing this, and release it. So you tear it into little pieces, put it in the garbage. You can put it in a shredder. If you have a safe um, container, like a tin can or something, then tear it into little pieces, put it in there with a match, and let it go. The smoke will dissipate into the ethers, and off goes your troubles. And again, is it going to work the first time? Maybe, maybe not. It depends on your intention here. If you really, really in your heart want to release the shit that you're feeling, the tension that you're feeling, release it. There's a multitude of ways to do it. Journaling, writing shit out is one way to do it. Breathing is another. Meditation is another. But you have to find out what works for you. It could be a combination. It could be just one or two. It could be 5 things. But you have to find out what works for you. And often speaking to someone who's been through that stuff and knows how to organize that for you will give you a good step in the right direction. It took me a lot longer than I would like to admit to get this working in the right direction. But I didn't really have anyone to talk to. I did. Um, I wasn't willing. Let me amend that. I had a few people to talk to. I wasn't willing to open up the way I they expected me to, but that's okay. It was a learning experience, and I've learned a lot. And on that note, I think you got the idea. I'm handing this over to you. This is going to be your little challenge. You can choose to accept it or not. It's entirely up to you. The choice, by the way, is always yours. The choice is yours to feel bad. The choice is yours to feel good. The choice is yours whether you want to write shit out or if you want to keep it stuck inside. Just know that if you keep it stuck inside, it will fester. And again, I can say that through experience. I used to be a master, absolute master at stuffing my emotions. I was like, oh, I'm starting. Nope. When I push it right back down inside, I didn't let myself get upset about much. I do now. And it doesn't last long when I do. I let out a few choice words and then I carry on about my day. I don't hurt anybody when I'm doing it, by the way. It's a private thing. I do it by myself, just me and God, universe, source, whatever your choice of word is. Just listening, letting stuff go because it is important. You can't keep it all bottled up inside. Anyway, I'm done. For now, leave a comment. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. The purpose of that is simple. The more people get to hear the messages, the more people we can help. That's as simple as it gets. Sharing is caring, and that speaks more about you than absolutely anything else. Please keep sharing, like, and subscribe. And until the next time, I wish you a beautiful, magical day and know that you do have that power to make it that way for yourself. Okay, bye for now.